Hi and welcome. My name is ValentinA and I am the author of I Hate You, Dear Mother. I am a daughter of a narcissistic mother. It took me a long time to be able to say this out loud and kind of proudly because it's something that for a long, long time I was ashamed of and I couldn't even talk about it. And being able to say it out loud and title my book, I Hate You, Dear Mother, is just proof for me about the journey that I've been working on for a few years now. A kind of a victory to be able to say it, because if you're here, you are probably a daughter of a narcissistic mother. And you know what it feels like. The title of the book, it's something that I had like a mantra in my mind. I am from Israel and I speak Hebrew, so it was in Hebrew. It used to run in my head. It was something like this: Ima ani sonet otach, Ima ani sonet otach. And it was there all the time. Is Mother, I hate you, Mother, I hate you, Mother, I hate you. And for the longest time, I felt so embarrassed. I felt so bad. I said, what kind of person am I that I hate my mother? Because everyone adore their moms and I just hate her. And I felt so bad because of it. And I felt so ashamed and guilty. And you probably know. And today, I know that I had all the right to feel the way I felt. I'm not scared talking about it and saying it out loud. So that's why I decided to use it as the title of my book, because in a way it's something that I just wanted to shout it out and I couldn't. So this is my opportunity to do is just shout it out loud and not even care about it, and not criticize myself for it. So the reason that I've created this journal or book is because if you're here, you are probably a daughter of a narcissistic mother, and you know what it feels like, the confusion, the uncertainty, not being sure about who you are or what you think, not being able to trust your mom or even sometimes your siblings, not being able to trust yourself, which I think that that's the worst, because narcissistic mothers are so good at just confusing you and make you feel that whatever you think it's right, it's wrong. And that whatever you said, it's wrong, and that you are confused, and that you are lying. And whenever you think you have something that you can rely on or hold on to, you suddenly feel she makes you feel the complete opposite. So it's really hard to start your life from a place that you can't trust yourself. You can't trust your feelings. You can't trust your thoughts. You can't trust your behavior, because everything that you do, it's questionable. Nothing is concrete. So having that start in life, it's really hard. For me, I have to say that I didn't know what was wrong, and I didn't know that there was a name for it, but I felt in my gut, deep inside, that something wasn't right. And for years, I walked around in my life with a feeling of not being good enough, because I've been taught as I was brought up that I wasn't good enough because I was scapegoated and everything was my fault. I just believed it because that's how my siblings treated me. That's how my mom treated me. When you're young, you don't know what you don't know. And a lot of the times, I didn't even push myself to try. So it took me a long time to realize that the opposite is the truth. And I had to go through a journey that I had to ask myself very critical questions. And I had to look at reality as the way it really is, which I didn't know what reality was. So the purpose of this book is to help you or make that journey a little bit more concentrated. I don't know if concentrated is the right way, but it's organized and to have a kind of path that you can go through, that's going to be able to open your eyes and understand and see yourself for who you are. Maybe for even for the first time, asking yourself the basic questions of who am I, what I want, what I don't want, what I believe in, and what makes me happy, what makes me sad. Because when you're a daughter of a narcissistic mother, she never asked you those questions because she never realized that you had those things, that you have your needs and your wants, and that you are a person. So because she never did it to you, you don't do it with yourself. And you are a creature or a result of your circumstances without having a say about it. So along this journey with this journal, I am going to explain to you some basic things about dysfunctional families and roles in families. I'm going to push you to look at yourself, at how those things affected you and how those things reflect on your personality, how you choose or not to choose because you're not choosing, how you're reacting to those things. The moment that you start questioning yourself and everything around you, that's when you get to choose how you're going to react and who are you going to be and how you're going to control the situation and what boundaries you're going to set and who you want to be or who you want to become. So that's more or less the aim of this journal. I'm going to try to do it as fun as possible and as light as possible, because everything that has to do with narcissistic abuse is very heavy and profound, and there's a lot of emotional baggage attached to it. We don't want to sink into it. We want to work through it to be able to come out on the other side much better and much more empowered. So that's more or less it. At the end of each step, I'm going to make a small video telling you about how I dealt with the subject that we are talking about in that particular step, and maybe try to give you some pointers on how it would be easier to approach the question or whatever we are dealing with in that chapter. And I'm going to be creating a Facebook group for all the readers of this journal, so we can all interact and get to know each other on a personal level, and so we can be able to be there for each other. Sometimes because being a daughter of a narcissistic mother is something not everyone gets to experience. The normal people sometimes can look at you like you are crazy or like you are kind of out of this world. So sometimes hearing someone else feeling or thinking the same thing or the same way that you do can make us feel saner sometimes, and can empower us that we're not as crazy as people made us think we are. So keep an eye on that inbox of yours, because I'm going to be sending all kinds of interesting things about the subject. And that's it. I see you in the next video. Bye bye.